Today was indeed filled with vigils, but also with demonstrations. Eyewitness News reporter Kimberly Richardson on the air today as pro-Palestinian protesters marked the day by marching around Manhattan.
And again, right now, live here in Washington Square Park, you have several hundred people, but again, it's peaceful. There have been a few shouting matches, but the police are out here enforcing. We're at Grand Central, of course, right now, the height of the commute. Let me show you what's happening, what those protesters are going to be faced with when they get here. There are NYPD officers all over Grand Central. They actually made a left on 41st Street. Let me show you where we are. We're at 41st and 5th Avenue, and let me show you where I am right now. I'm at 8th and 33rd. There are NYPD officers right here, and there is a smaller group that may have broken off.
Meanwhile, tonight, all the protesters have now gone home. There were some arrests, yes, but in the end, this was a day of overwhelmingly peaceful marching in the streets of New York City. The goal seemed to be the same on both sides, pushing for an end to the violence on both sides. Eyewitness News reporter Burkett continues our coverage.
Flags, flares, and angry threats in Madison Square Park tonight, where hundreds rallied into the evening, protesting the Israeli response to October 7th, determined to shift the focus from a day of solemn remembrance to a day of outrage. Today, of all days.
Why is this the day that everyone came in to protest it? This is the day that the result of this day led to genocide, led to starvation. We have protested peacefully. There have not been incidents of violence. And still, no one is listening to us.
They took to the streets this morning, pro-Palestinian demonstrators and anti-war activists sweeping through lower Manhattan, from Wall Street to City Hall, from Washington Square to Union Square. On the campus of Columbia, pro-Palestinian protesters faced off against Jewish students and their supporters who built a shrine to the victims on the South Lawn.
I don't know how it could be an anti-Israel protest on the one-year anniversary of a massacre of civilians.
As officers gathered for roll call this morning, Mayor Adams urged them to be tolerant to a point.
The people have a right to protest, but not a right to destroy our city.
Multiple arrests took place throughout the day as demonstrators and counter-demonstrators came face to face with one another and with police intended to keep them apart. By evening, others marched toward Times Square, followed by scores of uniformed officers.
By demonstrating today, are you condoning what happened a year ago?
I think it would be fair to go way back before October 7th of 2023 and look at the history and look at the facts and look at all the proof we have of what Israel has been doing as an illegal settlement in the Palestinian land.
Offensive or not, this was an attempt by pro-Palestinian demonstrators to flip the narrative, not giving Israel and its supporters this day to mourn. It speaks volumes. In Midtown, Burkett, Channel 7, Eyewitness News.